I'd like to call to order the meeting of the village board for October 25th, 2022. Can you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
President DeSimone?
Here.
Trustee Franz? Here. Trustee Fry?
Here.
Trustee Lomax?
Here.
Trustee Penicola?
Here.
Trustee Perez?
Here.
That's 6.
Did you get your Lomax this time? All right. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to move up the, in the presidential remarks, the holiday contest, home decorating contest winner. So may I have a motion to move that up?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
I can all in favor of this. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say nay. Okay, so at this time, we are going to announce our holiday home decorating contest for Halloween.
Whoa. Mr. Chair, you're not giving out any awards without Freddie helping you present. Got it?
Yes, sir, Mr. Kruger.
Well, then let's do this.
Third place, Mr. Kruger, if I may.
Absolutely, please.
Two-
I love Halloween decoration.
249 Mohawk Drive, which is Kim Byers. Come on, Kim. You get the coveted small
Bronze pumpkin.
brownish pumpkin over. And a gift certificate from Green Street Grill, as well as your certificate. And if you would like to take, may I please take a picture?
Absolutely.
And you can,
I'd like one too, if that's cool.
I'm gonna get on this side, sure, though. You stay over there.
Awesome, thank you.
And our second place winner
Gotta get up.
is going to be 905 Dolores, Laura D'Amato. And I guess this is Laura.
Freddie's a big fan, by the way. Been out there many times. Beautiful split.
You get the coveted silver pumpkin, as well as a Green Street Grill gift certificate and your plaque.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
I got to do it. I'm instructed to do it like this. So, our first place winner is going to be 189 Barron Street. Freddie knows your house.
Well, Freddie knows it well. It may or may not be Freddie's cover picture on his Facebook.
Well, thank you.
For real.
So we're going to do a little interview here. So, you are the holiday winner for 2022. What is your inspiration for your holiday decorations?
Well, I owe it all to my wife. No, that's
That's it?
no. I've been playing music my whole life, and I just decided that we had these skeletons laying around, and decided to make a band.
So you had a few skeletons in the closet.
There's quite a few.
You brought them out, and you made a band out of them.
Exactly.
All right.
He had a high school band.
Okay.
These are the group.
Awesome.
Well, she refers to them as my old buddies.
A lot thinner in high school.
Oh, much.
Well, congratulations. You get the coveted golden pumpkin, as well as a Green Street gift certificate
Great.
and your first place award.
Place. All right.
All
Thanks, Freddie.
Hey, thank you for decorating.
Freddie, anything you want to say about this weekend?
Microphone.
Well, it's going to be the final weekend of the display, and it's been an awesome month. I was just at the Black Hawk I was just
Oh.
No, you don't want, you don't have to go that close.
It's gonna be far away.
Yeah.
I was just at the I was just at the Black Hawk dance, and it was very bizarre because I saw all the kids that have been coming all month long. And I never know if maybe they're from out of town, but I see those kids every single week, and they're all our residents. And this is a very special town. I'm honored to live here. I'm honored to be a part of this community, and I'm honored to serve all these fine people. Thank you guys so much too for giving me the space to create my art and have an awesome, beautiful time. And by the way, there is no other town, not that we're comparing, but that does what we do. This is unique and this is special, and it's a moment in time, and I suggest everyone come out and enjoy it while they can, because it's coming down the day after Halloween.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Freddie.
I do just want to say, Your Honor, there is a map of all the entries on our website. So it's a village map. You can see all the houses, do a nice little drive around town. My daughter loves it, so I encourage everyone to take advantage of it and check out all the great contestants. Wonderful entries this year. It's very tough to choose.
Are we, just so I don't forget, are we talking about the Halloween decorations?
Yeah, that's your next
the
item.
event? So it's gonna be this, again, last weekend, is this Friday and Saturday? Yeah, somebody stole my notes. It's gonna be last weekend, is Friday and Saturday, from 7 till 10. And also on Halloween this year, I believe it's 7 till 9, but we'll say 10 just in case. So come on out. There might be a certain member up here on this board that does dress up and does go out there as well. I know this weekend, which was great, 70 degrees. I think Saturday we hit about 1,400 people downtown on Saturday in that couple hours, and they drive from 4, 5, 6 hours away. So I'm gonna put everything else at the end of that. All of you winners out there, if you want to stay for the meeting, feel free. Totally up to you, but congratulations again to everybody, and thank you for doing what you do and helping make Bensenville strong. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So at this time, we're going to move to public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board? If so, please approach the podium and state your name. We do not have public comment, so this will conclude public comment. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the October 11th, 2022 Village Board meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any modifications to the minutes? Please call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the minutes are approved. The next item of business is to approve the warrant in the amount of $1,810,724.22. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
You have
Yep.
a motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussions on the warrant? Please call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the warrant has been approved. Would the deputy village clerk please read the 13 ordinances and resolutions on the consent agenda that were discussed at the committee of the whole meeting?
Number 1, ordinance approving a site plan and variations to construct a parking lot at 11 Gateway Road. Number 2, ordinance granting a variation for a fence in the corner side yard at 404 South Church Road. 3, ordinance granting approval of a final plat of subdivision at 220 North York Road. 4, resolution authorizing an ice arena license and facility use agreement with the Amateur Hockey Association of Illinois. 5, resolution authorizing a design engineering service agreement with Christopher B. Burke Engineering Ltd. for the Eastern Business District Improvements Project in the not-to-exceed amount of $374,700. 6, resolution authorizing the execution of an engineering service agreement with Christopher B. Burke Engineering, Inc. for the preliminary engineering of the York Road at CP Railway, Metra MDW grade separation concepts in the not-to-exceed amount of $45,560. 7, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Dame Mechanicals Industrials, Inc. for the purchase and installation of WWTP contact tank gates in the not-to-exceed amount of $59,888. 8, resolution authorizing the execution of an engineering service agreement with Hay and Associations, Inc. for the Addison Creek Stabilization Phase 1 project in the not-to-exceed amount of $49,145. 9, resolution authorizing the execution of an engineering service agreement with Hay and Associates, Inc. for the Silver Creek Stabilization Phase 1 project in the not-to-exceed amount of $59,545. 10, resolution establishing guidelines and procedures for the 2022-2023 senior/disabled snow removal program. 11, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Thomas Herrera for the 2022-2023 senior/disabled snow removal program. 12, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with LAR Lawn and Grounds for the 2022-2023 senior/disabled snow removal program. 13, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Ray Ramirez, KSK Landscaping for the 2022-2023 senior/disabled snow removal program.
Is there a motion to approve the 13 ordinances and resolutions listed on the consent agenda and is read by the deputy clerk?
You have a motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries, and the items on the consent agenda are approved. Under Community and Economic Development is an ordinance granting a variation for a fence in the corner side yard at 306 Hawthorne Avenue. Is there a motion to approve?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Mr. President, I'd like to recuse myself as I am the property owner of this residence.
Let it be noted that Trustee Lomax has recused himself. Any other discussion? Curtis?
Yeah, so this would normally be on consent because of Trustee Lomax. We need to go for a vote here so he can recuse himself. So this was discussed at COW at the last meeting. This is his fence in the corner side yard. Pretty standard conditions. He's got a 5-foot solid fence with a last foot of lattice in the actual corner side. And it comes out roughly, I think, 8 feet from his kind of second front of his home into the side yard. It was approved unanimously at COW.
Any other questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 4.
Motion carries and ordinance is passed. 2 is a resolution authorizing a protest to a map amendment rezoning 5N047 Illinois Route 83. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, discussion? Kurt?
Yeah, so this is a little unique. This is an unincorporated property. You're probably familiar with it on 83. It's that former church property over by the Park District there. So they are going in front of the county for a zoning change. It actually goes in front of their ZBA this Thursday. So we're going to send our planner there. We'll be at the ZBA with a petition saying we're opposed to this rezoning. This resolution will go to their county board. It will make them that they'll be forced to have a supermajority in order to vote on the rezoning because of our resolution. If any of the incorporated areas around protest, they have to have a supermajority to vote on it. So the idea is they want to rezone from a residential property to a commercial property. What we've been told, it's a storage facility, and that's just something we're not opposed to. We went through a county planning study.
We are opposed to.
We are opposed.
Okay.
Yeah. We went through a county with the county on a planning study for all the unincorporated areas along 83, along with the other municipalities on this section of North 83 here. This property was called out specifically in that plan to remain residential. So we don't think it's good for the county to go back on a plan. It was just approved in 2021, so we don't feel like they should turn around and then rezone to commercial after we just went through planning and had significant public input. So this is our request for the board to officially oppose the rezoning, which will be sent to the county board.
I just want to add that this is a great example of cooperation between the taxing bodies, where we have the school district as well as the park district. They're opposed to a commercial use abutting their properties. Nobody wants a storage facility next to a school. They know that we're specialists in planning, so we did some of the heavy lifting for them to help advise them on how they can object, and then we will be testifying in front of the County Zoning Board of Appeals on explaining why this is an incompatible land use according to their own plan. Curtis did mention it will trigger a supermajority vote if they do want to rezone it, 2/3 at the county board level.
So it's just us 3? Is there anybody else opposing it?
We are the 3 taxing bodies. I think we're the 3 interested taxing bodies. Wooddale is also interested in this, but they know that by us passing this resolution tonight, it will trigger that supermajority vote. So great example of cooperation. Everybody's on the same page. The county has a very Byzantine process here. Their zoning code dates to 1970. And so they use these land use things on top of it. But we have expert planners who are able to navigate the Byzantine system, and we will be lodging our opposition.
Do we have any questions from the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Under Finances, ordinance of the Village of Bensonville, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois, amending Section 8-7-7 of Chapter 7 of Title 8 of the Bensonville Village Code with regard to water and sewer rates. Is there a motion to approve this ordinance? We have a second on the motion.
Second.
The motion, there being a motion and a second, do we have discussion?
Ms. McManus.
In coordination with the budget, we typically look at our water and sewer fund and make sure that it's getting enough revenue in to cover the expenditures and to prepare for future capital expenditures. This year, we have incorporated in the budget and we're recommending a 4.5% increase, a general increase to rates. This is because both the operating expenditures got hit with inflationary costs, which we all know nationally exceeded 8%. But more importantly, we used to produce about $4 million worth of income towards the capital. This year, it only showed 3. So the 4.5% will restore some of that capacity for us to continue to do the work we need to do on the capital improvements on the water and sewer plant.
It's also important to note that the city of Chicago, who provides us water, is where it originates from, raised water rates back in May by 5%. We've been absorbing those costs as a village, didn't pass those along. So this is not even a full catch up to that 5% increase.
Any questions from the board? Call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and ordinance is passed. 2 is an ordinance adopting Amendment 3 to the annual budget for the Village of Bensonville for fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2022 and ending December 31st, 2022. Is there a motion to approve this ordinance?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion and a second, discussion, Julie?
Yes, we're continuing our efforts to look for reserves that are sitting there and aren't being employed wisely, similar to how we did the surplus allocation plan at the last formal meeting. Now we're looking at the general fund to amounts that had collected up before 2021. On your screen, very quickly, what I'm showing you is the 2021 audit had about $21.8 million worth of unassigned money. That means that it was available for anything. We expect it to be reduced by $306,000 based on the 2022 budget. We already allocated the $5.4 million with the surplus allocation plan at the last meeting. And we're holding aside the 30% reserve that we also approved at the last meeting as the minimum reserve balance that we would keep in the general fund. So we have $10,465,000 that we could reallocate. Staff is recommending a reallocation of $10 million.
I think it's important to know this is money that we're reinvesting back into the village. This is going into our parks and rec facilities. It's going into our police pension fund, shore that up as we move forward in uncertain times.
Do we have any questions from the board?
I'm going to go over how we're allocating here as quickly as I can.
Go ahead.
The first allocation we want to make is $5 million against the police pension fund. The police pension fund has 2 significant changes coming to it this year. One is that it changed the mortality table to show that officers are living longer. So that was going to produce a higher weight of cost on us as the actuarial studies were done. And secondly, due to the pulling at the IPO-PIF of the funds, they're changing the discount rate from 7% to 6.75. That essentially means that they're saying that we're not going to earn as much money as we have been across time. And again, that means that we will contribute the difference that the earnings aren't making. In the end, if you see the difference between the 2 valuations, it showed that we were going to increase costs by at least $150,000 per year for over the next 5 years, actually until 2041, and the whole thing is funded. If we make a $5 million contribution, I'm showing it against our baseline, which is where we were last year, we're actually going to save about $200,000 a year. It will produce what I calculated as a present value savings of $2.5 million to the village. by taking this action today. It will protect us against things like this year. The assets in the pension fund have taken a huge hit. So it'll protect us against some of the cash flow issues that huge hit would have cost us going into next year and maybe the year after until it recovers. So that's the first allocation we'd like to recommend. Secondly, we already put aside $1.3 million for the early retirement of debt. We want to add $2.3 million onto that. Those two amounts, in addition to the $300,000, I know this is a little blurry for you, but the last two payments there of $2 million each in the budget, it shows that we're going to early retire that. This should produce a present value savings to the village of $1.7 million. Not a bad day for $4.2 million worth of savings. Finally, we want to take the remaining $2.7 million to support the Edge Arena, who has been supporting all the recreation improvements that we have. I've just kind of put some of the improvements there that will go over in budget. But this year, they're giving $3.2 million back into the CIP to make significant improvements. So this is just barely scratching the surface for them, but it will leave them with an amount that Sean and I can work on an equipment replacement plan, hopefully with, and stabilize the Edge Arena to keep producing income.
Thank you. Any questions? Please call the roll. Saving money. Please call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Panicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries. Ordinance is passed. 3 is a resolution establishing a tax levy estimate in the amount of $5,870,867 for the 2022 per the Truth and Taxation Act. Is there a motion to approve?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Being a motion is second. Any discussion?
Yeah, the law provides that we have to give an estimate to make sure that we do not trip the 5% level on the Truth in Lending Act, or the Truth and Taxation Act, excuse me, where we would have to go to referendum for the tax increase. Our current budget shows that we only want to increase the tax levy by 2%. This is basically to capture the growth in the area the best we can. It's not, we don't expect it to produce higher bills for everybody as much as capture the growth. We can go to 5%. That's where PTEL is going to be limited this year. The maximum you can do is 5% anyway. We want to do 2%, and it's incorporated in the budget. The total levy would be $5,870,867, which is about $106,000 more than the prior year.
Any questions from the board? Call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Panicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries. Resolution approved. Moving on to the presidential remarks. I have a couple more. Trunk or treat in downtown Bensenville is scheduled on Halloween Day from 3 to 5 p.m. All children ages 3 to 11 are welcome to attend. And also the annual Pumpkin Smash recycling event will be held on Saturday, November 5th from 9 a.m. to noon at the Village Hall main parking lot off of Addison Street. This is a fun way to dispose of Halloween pumpkins and divert them from landfills. So please see the village website for more. That will conclude presidential remarks. We have a village manager's report.
I do have a few items, Your Honor. Thank you. The Halloween trick-or-treat hours are 3 to 8 p.m. in the village of Bensenville. One of our COVID innovations was we do now have signs that residents who choose not to participate in can easily put a sign on their door. Those signs were mailed out to residents, as well as available for download on our website or available for pickup here at Village Hall. So if you don't want to participate, please put the sign on and let the kids know to move on and find candy elsewhere. The last brush and branch pickup for the village will begin on November 7th. Have all your branches out by 7 a.m. for Public Works to do that. It'll be the last one of the year. Please don't leave stacks of brush for us to look at all winter. You will get a visit from Curtis's team if that's the case. And as a continual reminder, 2023 vehicle stickers are on sale. Please have them displayed by January 1. Thank you.
Do we have a village attorney report?
I have no report.
Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight? Is there any new business to come before the board tonight? Do we have a need for executive session?
We do not.
We do not have executive session? So is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second?
Please call the roll.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and we are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.